before we had to stop paying him. Izzy had successfully obtained new identity documents. She was Maria Santos now, a widow from Venezuela seeking asylum. The elaborate backstory included fake children, murdered by cartels. A sob story designed to gain sympathy and access. The insurance company's investigation dragged on. They froze not just the fraudulent policy, but began questioning the legitimacy of Janeri's adoption. Every document we'd filed 18 years ago came under scrutiny. The life we'd built together was dissected by strangers looking for deception. My job search grew desperate. Entry-level positions rejected me as overqualified. Management positions wanted recent experience I couldn't provide. Savings dwindled. Credit cards maxed out. The retirement withdrawal disappeared into legal fees and living expenses. The financial security I'd spent 2 decades building evaporated in weeks. Janeri worked double shifts at the clinic, coming home exhausted. She'd fall asleep over medical journals she studied in spare moments, clinging to dreams of returning to school. I'd cover her with a blanket and update the job application spreadsheet, both of us pretending tomorrow would be better. Then came the knock we'd been dreading. Not Izzy this time, but a federal investigator. The insurance fraud case had expanded. They needed to interview us about the adoption, the death certificate, our knowledge of Izzy's plans. We were witnesses now, possibly suspects if we couldn't prove our innocence. The interview lasted hours. They questioned every detail of that day 18 years ago. Why had I agreed so quickly to adopt? Had Izzy offered me money? Did I know about the insurance policy? The implications hung heavy, that I'd been part of the scheme from the beginning. Janeri faced worse accusations. They suggested she'd known all along her mother was alive, that the confrontation was staged to establish innocence, that we'd been waiting together for the insurance payout. Her evidence against Izzy became evidence of our own involvement in their eyes. We hired a criminal defense attorney with money we didn't have. He reviewed our case and delivered harsh truth. Proving innocence was harder than proving guilt. The investigation could drag on for years. Even if cleared, the damage to our reputations would be permanent. The eviction deadline approached. Apartment hunting with no job and a pending federal investigation proved impossible. Landlords ran background checks and found the legal proceedings. Our applications were rejected repeatedly. The possibility of homelessness loomed closer each day. Janeri's health suffered. The stress triggered migraines that left her incapacitated. She missed work, risking the job that kept us afloat. I watched her fade, becoming a shadow of the vibrant young woman she'd been. The guilt of failing to protect her consumed me. One morning, I found her packing her things. She'd made a decision without telling me. A cousin in Oregon had offered her a place to stay. She could transfer to a clinic there, start fresh where Izzy couldn't find her. The unspoken truth, she was leaving to protect me from further harm. I helped her pack, both of us crying. 18 years of building a life together, and Izzy had destroyed it in weeks. We sorted through photos, deciding what she'd take. The album she'd given me stayed with me. She said I needed the reminder of better times more than she did. The night before she left, we sat on the couch one last time. The same couch where 3-year-old Janeri had eaten goldfish crackers, where teenage Janeri had cried through identity crises, where adult Janeri had stood strong against her biological mother. Now it would go to storage with everything else we couldn't afford to keep. She left on a rainy Tuesday morning. I drove her to the bus station in a borrowed car. We held each other on the platform, promises to stay in touch feeling hollow. She boarded the bus looking back once, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. I watched until the bus disappeared, then sat in the car sobbing. The apartment felt empty without her. I packed our belongings slowly, each item a memory of better times. The eviction date arrived with nowhere to go. A friend from my old job offered her couch temporarily. I accepted gratefully, pride long since abandoned. The legal proceedings continued without resolution. Izzy, now Maria Santos, had disappeared again. The insurance company kept the money frozen indefinitely. The federal investigation expanded to include other policies, other potential frauds. We were small players in what became a larger case. I found work eventually. Part-time retail, a far cry from marketing management. It paid enough to